What's good, YouTube? You're on S Motorsports, and today we got another project for the Camaro. We're gonna be installing illuminated door sill plates. Like I said, we're going to be installing illuminated door sill plates. So this upgrade applies to people with the 1SS, you know, the track package like myself. You can get the 2SS, 1 Elite, but mine is a 1SS or the lower trim, you know, V6 models as well. But basically, if you have a 2SS, I believe this comes standard with it. I'm not sure if it's an option or not, but mine does not have it. And obviously it adds quite a bit of just a nice touch, kind of makes the car feel a little more high-end. I think it looks really nice. I think it's going to be a worthwhile upgrade. So this is the part number that I got, and I got this part from Scoggin Dickey as it was the best price that I found. I'll put the link in the description. Really what it comes with is 2 door sill plates. You got some alcohol wipes and a harness. So it did say you have to look up the instructions, which I'll do just to make sure. I've seen videos on how to do it, but you know, just to make sure I do it right. But yeah, this is what we're putting on today. I think it's going to be, like I said, a worthwhile upgrade, as it's going to just make the Camaro feel a little more, you know, high end when you're getting into the Camaro with it lighted up versus the plastic ones that are in there now. So let's take the cover off the Camaro and take a look at what the door sills look like currently, and then we'll do some B-roll at the end when we get everything installed. So let's get to it. All right, so let's take a look at what currently looks like as you're getting to the car. You know, it does say Camaro on there, but nothing really that fancy, just kind of blends in more than anything with the car. So what I currently have is the 1SS door panels, the knee bolsters, as well as the door bolsters. You know, this will help dress it up a little bit. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so I disconnected the battery just so when we're doing some wiring work underneath the dash, you don't get any faults or cause any issues. So we're gonna start with taking this panel off. So it just pops off. There we go. And then next we can pull up the seal as we're gonna take this door plate off. And she's on there pretty good. Next we're gonna remove this door sill plate. I'm gonna try and use extra caution and not scratching up the paint. Not gonna lie, that is sticky. All right, you get 2 alcohol wipes, so I'm gonna use 1 to clean up this side. All right, now I'm just gonna kind of set this in place so I can get the wiring opened up and ran. And one thing I wanted to note is I wasn't sure how that exactly went over, you know, that I was going to get pinched by the seal, but there is actually just a tiny little dip in the seam here. As you can see, there's just a little bit of a dip. I believe that's where the wire is supposed to be ran so it doesn't get pinched when you put the seal back on. So we will just set this in place, not push anything in. All right, next let's open up the wire harness package and kind of get this somewhat routed. All right, so I routed the wire basically right behind the console here and routed it around, just pulled the carpet down. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff back here, some foam pieces, but basically routed around. I'll zip tie it to this harness right here and routed the wire down, and it's gonna go, the ground is gonna go right to this guy. So I'm gonna get that installed, and then I can get everything kind of start tighten back down since this is kind of set in the length. So we'll put this in next. All right, I got on the other side, I got the ground connected. And so now we're going underneath the dash on the driver's side. We're looking for this gray connector right here. All right, so I unplugged the gray connector, which is the furthest one, and I also unplugged this pink one just so it's easier to work with. But what I'm gonna redo is remove some of this sleeving here. Should be that gray wire coming out of pin 1, which is right in this corner. So I got the harness wrap removed a little bit, and as you can see, that gray connector right there, this wire is the one we're going for. I got the wire spliced in. I cut it roughly 2 inches up and then spliced in the harness with the 2 butt connectors, and now I will just kind of secure everything up, tape it back up with the if this still works. Otherwise I have some other Tessa tape that I'll wrap the harness back up with and get everything plugged back in. All right, now I got all the wires tied up. I already actually put on the passenger side door sill plate, so we got all the clips in here. Everything's good to go. Everything's wiped down. So we'll peel this off, get it lined up, and stick it down. Alright guys, so you saw some nice shots of the sill plates. I think they look awesome. I mean, they just add another level of refinement to the car. It just adds something to it versus the stock plain black ones. It just didn't do anything, you know? You didn't even notice them. Now it's a centerpiece, and I mean, it looks really good. I think this is a I'm really happy with it, if you can't tell. I think this is a really good upgrade for the price. I mean, starting to get a little more of that 2SS flair for me with the 1SS. You know, I think this is a really good addition, as well as I think these are a really good addition as well. It just ups the interior a little bit, so it makes it feel more luxurious. But this definitely helps. I really like the way that looks. And then in the dark, it looks great. I got a few more mods for the Camaro as well, so stay tuned for that. So again, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it, as we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So we're gonna keep it going and keep modding the Camaro as well as the Trans Am. Till next time, guys, thanks for joining in.